You know, we have a newsletter that goes out every 2 weeks. And I had a woman last year actually follow me into the bathroom, thank me for the newsletter, and I was so grateful that she was reading it. I didn't even think that was creepy, right? I was like, so bloggers are no different. I don't care how big they are. They love to get comments. So going on to a blog, and you know what, I'm not saying that you have to monitor 20 blogs a day and make intelligent comments on all of them. Monitor 5 to 10 blogs. You know, we're all writing books. We all have friends and family and things that we want to do outside of staring at that little box that is our computer. And we probably have jobs that help keep the lights on and help keep the computer running. So, you know, you want to try to give yourself some really a reasonable pace to do this at. 5 to 10 blogs that you're monitoring. Comment on 1 to 2 of them a week. That's it. If you can do more than that, great. You are a star student. But if you can only do 1 to 2, that's fine. Here's the other thing that does for you. It's a little secret of Google. A lot of times authors say to me, or anybody says, how do I get onto the first page of Google, right? You know, you have your site and you're searching your keyword. I mean, if you search your name, you're probably, unless you have a very common name, you're probably always going to be on the first page of Google. That doesn't really count. That's search cheating, by the way, okay? But if you search your genre, you might be on page 54. And who really, I mean, you know, whenever you surf, I mean, do you really get past page 2 when you're, right? We usually don't. Google ranks websites 2 ways. Using relevance to the search. So if you plug in whatever, social networking or social media marketing, okay? So relevance to the search and authority of the site. Now the site authority is not determined by you or how pretty your site is. Although those things are all good, the authority of the site is determined by the sites that link into your website. This is something to consider. This is why I say every author should have a site. You don't have to spend a ton of money on a website. I don't want you to have flying things or 500 pages. Have a couple of pages about you, a blog, something really simple, and I'll walk you through that. But the more that you can get other sites linking into you, sites relevant to your topic and also high in search engine, right? So they show up high, which these blogs will do if they are featuring the top 5 to 10 authors in your market. It'll help to boost your site in search traffic. And it's not an instantaneous thing. If anybody ever tells you in internet marketing, oh, we can get to 1,000 links overnight, run. Nothing good ever happens quickly online. And we've had our site up for 11 years. And when we started, not only did we have a bad site, but obviously we had no traffic and no links. Now we've got something like almost 400,000 coming to the links. But I push a lot of content online, and a lot of those links are because of Twitter, because everything you do on Twitter is public, right? So all of this stuff, I mean, if you start today, you're going to start to see a difference in 90 days. It may happen even sooner, depending on how much of this you do. By 6 months, you're going to see even more of a difference. In fact, we redid our site last August. And obviously, because I do book marketing, I work in book marketing, I want to rank for the word book marketing, obviously, right? But I was coming up on page 1 at the bottom of the searches. And sometimes it would nudge me over to page 2, because you know Google changes stuff around. What I learned is that if you have a particular search term that you want to rank for, use that in your URL. And it doesn't have to be your primary URL, by the way. We have book marketing AME, because AME is the initials of my company. I never use it. I bought it. It shows up. We never use it. What that did is it got me from page 2 to page 1, number 3. And that happened in 4 months. So sometimes it can happen fairly quickly. So figure out now if you have a particular search term and it's very cluttered and most of the best URLs are taken, don't use hyphens, don't use underscores, but do what I did Add something to the tail end of it. Because Google doesn't care what's at the end. They only care about the first chunk of that. So, and forgive me because I have paranormal romance and romance on the brain right now because I was at a romance conference for 3 days. But if you wanted to rank for paranormal romance and you wanted that URL, it's gone. But you could add your name to the end of it, or your last name, or whatever you wanted to, and you would start to show up higher in searches. Now, why does this matter to you? Platform. You want people, you want to start showing up, you want that visibility. Because whether you are trying to sell a book or you have a book, when a publisher searches you, when a consumer searches you, you're showing up higher in Google. And you're getting that ranking. And once you have it, it's very, very easy to hang on to it. Okay? Yes?
Obviously, you can't always go and buy the domains to get the URL that has, those keywords.
Right.
Like your name and paranormal author.
Right.
Especially if you become a name. But when you have your website and you're making your tags for your different pages within your site, using those keywords relevant to the page and to that audience you're trying to capture, would that be also an appropriate?
She asked if you can't get the URL. Now, you can probably always get the URL because you can use your name or your book title or something like that. And like I said, I just have it point to our website, amarketingexpert.com. We never use it. But yeah, and I'll show you how, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about title tags in a minute. So what she asks is can you tag each page with a particular search term? And sure, you absolutely can. Definitely, you can do that. And I would do that also with the URL if you choose to go that route. Good question. So this is the Google Alerts page, and also backtype is something that I like to use. Because backtype, sometimes Google Alerts is not an exact science, and those of you who use it, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it'll pop up old searches every once in a while. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't always find comments that are made on blog posts. So whether you comment and the blog post, the comment has gone live, or whether somebody else is talking about your book or your work, backtype will identify those and send you an email whenever something appears.